I'm back at it.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Infinite Repeat. I'm your host Nate, and if it's your first time watching, welcome. So I just got done watching two Multiverse movies, Everything Everywhere All at Once and Doctor Strange 2, or Doctor Strange The Multiverse of Madness. It's going to be hard to talk about both of these movies without spoiling anything, but I'll try my best. I think I'll talk about Doctor Strange 2 first, because it's probably easier of the two to talk about.
You break the rules.
Look out!
You become a hero. I do it, I become the enemy. Doesn't seem fair.
I swear Doctor Strange, the character, gets better every time I see this guy. I don't remember really particularly liking Doctor Strange 1. I don't think I've seen that movie since it came out, actually. I definitely liked the ending, but other than that, don't have any feelings one way or another about the first movie. But I feel like most people were looking forward to this movie, particularly because Sam Raimi was returning to direct another superhero movie. And he definitely brings his A game in this movie. Sam Raimi is a horror fan. He's directed the Evil Dead movies, which I love. And he brings a lot of horror elements in this movie. A lot more than he did previously in Spider-Man, like Spider-Man 2. There are multiple scenes in this movie that just remind me of other horror movies like the Evil Dead franchise, hell, even Friday the 13th, or Halloween. Like, I was very, very surprised to see some of that stuff in this movie. Even the action in this movie is a step up from other Marvel movies, which I very much appreciate. It makes this movie stand out a lot. As well as the rest of the characters in this movie. Doctor Strange, Wong, America Chavez, Wanda. I feel like everyone is fun to watch in this movie. Wanda especially, I was really worried that watching WandaVision was kind of a waste of time and they weren't going to address the things that happened in that show in this movie, but they do. And this is very much a continuation of her story from where we last seen her, which also America Chavez. It always surprises me that we're getting more and more B-listers in the Marvel Universe. I didn't expect America Chavez to be such an important character in this movie, which was a nice surprise. She's probably the second most important person in this movie outside of Doctor Strange. And we also get the return of Christine Palmer, Doctor Strange's love interest from the first movie, played by Rachel McAdams. And she's a lot more better in this movie. I don't really remember her character very well in the first movie, but I don't really remember loving their relationship in the first movie. I guess I should talk about the Multiverse of Madness part of this movie, which honestly we don't get a lot of madness or a lot of multiverse, if I'm being honest. We see the multiverse for sure, and we do go to a few different worlds, but really we only go to like 2. I don't know if that's really a spoiler. If you were hoping for a lot more multiverse in this movie, you're going to be a little bit disappointed, I feel like, in that aspect. I feel like Marvel is relying a lot on cameos nowadays, at least with this movie and Spider-Man No Way Home, and I do wonder if I would have liked this movie less if those certain cameos that happened in this movie didn't happen. But I gotta say I did have my jaw on the floor with some of the cameos in this movie. One thing I do want to talk about is the use of magic and music in this movie, and the consequences of using too much magic or using dark magic.
Magic must defeat magic.
Which is very prominent in the Doctor Strange comics. These are the ones I've been currently reading, is that you cannot go too far with magic. And it makes a lot of the fight scenes a lot more interesting, especially compared to the first movie, which they pretty much overused that mirror dimension in the first movie, at least for me. And the music in this movie is great. We got Danny Elfman back, who once again worked with Sam Raimi on the Spider-Man movies. And he has a lot of unique tracks in this, particularly there's one that plays with for Scarlet Witch that I absolutely love. And also there's one very creative fight scene in this movie with the uses of music that I thought was very different. So, Doctor Strange 2. It was fine. Good time. On that note, I do wonder if maybe we can get a live-action version of the Into the Spider-Verse characters. Not that I want them to stop making them animated. I love the animated movies. I really just want to see a live-action version of my boy Nick playing Spider-Man. That'd be great.
Watch and learn, kid. I'll quiz you later.
Mrs. Wang, are you with us?
I am paying attention.
Now, you may only see a pile of receipts, but I see a story. I can see where this story is going. It does not look Good.
What's happening?
Okay, let's talk about Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Man, that title's hard to say sometimes. And this movie is a straight up roller coaster to the moon and back. It is such a wild ride. And honestly, Multiverse of Madness really should go to this movie. Unlike Doctor Strange, this movie takes the concept of the multiverse and makes it the forefront of the movie, and uses it in a unique way. This movie takes a lot of elements from things like The Matrix and Kung Fu Hustle, for example, because yes, this is also a martial arts movie. Michelle Yeoh, who's our protagonist, is basically the one.
Remember our mission. Consider the fate of every single world of our infinite multiverse.
There is no way I am the Evelyn you are looking for.
Also, this movie has a lot of silly elements in it, like Kung Fu Hustle. But I think what helps this movie is the runtime. It's funny because this movie is not that much longer than Doctor Strange, but it feels longer, in a good way. So those silly elements, you'll get used to them real quickly. And honestly, this movie is hilarious, so I think the silly elements work. The big standouts for me in this movie are the actors Ki Yu Kwan and Stephanie Hu, that play so many different versions of themselves, and it's so entertaining, especially coupled with the themes of this movie being about love and family, which they also share with Doctor Strange, but I feel like are handled better here. With the multiverse concept, this movie also tackles the meaning of life and does life matter when there's some different multiverses out there. It's kind of a depressing movie, but has a happy message as well. Besides the amazing acting from everybody on the cast, the big enjoyment I get out of this movie is of course being a martial arts movie. There are a lot of creative fight scenes coupled with the multiverse aspect of the movie that makes for some of the most entertaining action scenes I have seen in a long time. For me, martial arts is the height of action. I grew up watching so many martial arts movies. So if you give me a movie with great stunt, camera work, and martial arts, I'm going to put it above a lot of other things. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once is a must-watch, must-see. Go to the theaters right now. What are you waiting for? Go! And that's the end of my video. Thanks once again for watching. Have you guys seen these movies? Which one do you think is better? Or did you just like both of these movies? Let me know down in the comments below. Once again, like this video and consider subscribing for more in the future. Once again, this is Infinite Repeat. I've been Nate. Stay up.